Chapter 1. Louisville, 1889. Darcy's lantern was glowing out by the 12th Street wharf. The October fog and brown water splashed against the dock. Bucky appeared through a puff of smoke. "Me and a wharfie was walking the river," he explained. "Thought it was a log washed up, but then I got closer. Wharfie's kin to the bluecoats, so I steered him away, Miss Galthouse. I ain't going no closer. Sick at my stomach already." "Go on, Bucky," she said. "Wait with Porter by the cab." "Be quick. Won't be long before the Shippingport gang catches the stench." The body rested 20 paces from the water, near where the river forked into the canal that had severed Shippingport from the city decades ago. Fog oozed west toward the Pennsylvania Bridge. She focused on the body, a young woman with dark hair slimed by river gunk. Darcy knelt beside the corpse, taking notes in the glow of the lantern she'd propped next to her scuffed boots. The breeze blew death into her nostrils. The young woman's bloated face was blue and covered in mud. Her arms were raised above her head, fingers interlaced. The underside of her left wrist had been cut deep enough to slice tendons, and purple bruising had spread out in an oval around the wound. "Not much blood," she noted, moving her eyes down the body. The throat had been slashed from right to left, deep enough to nearly sever the head. Something thicker than a knife. Thicker than Isac's knife. A small amount of blood had gathered around the shoulders, but nothing had seeped into the ground or congealed. She sketched the wounds. They'd never get another look after the coppers showed. The white shift was ripped, exposing the stomach, which had been repeatedly stabbed. Darcy counted 39 stab wounds. The victim's yellow undergarments clung to snagged fishnet stockings and garters that ran the length of her long legs. The body appeared untouched below the waist. She'd been dragged from the river by her arms. Large boot prints marked the mud, where a man, the prints were 12 inches at least, had pulled her along, backpedaling with a wide stance. Footprints over there, too, Bucky had said. Larger prints than Isac's. They matched the prints dragging her from the water, ran all the way to the 6th Street wharf, where lines of blood scarred the wooden planks. The girl must have fallen in there. Or perhaps she jumped. She jumped to get away from whoever had been after her. Darcy noticed something in her pocket. A small figurine, intricately detailed. A man in fine period clothes, Elizabethan by the looks of the carved breeches and hat. Across the canal, dozens of torches appeared. Bucky was right. The Shippingport gang was headed over on 2 flatboats from the Ghost Island. She made her way back to where Porter and Bucky were waiting. Bucky stood atop Isac's handsome cab. The diminutive young jockey next to the giant Porter made for a sight. "Are you lost?" Riding black horses, 5 brass-buttoned bluecoats approached side by side, torches rippling the misty air of 12th Street. Atop the middle stallion sat Chief Montgomery Woods, a box-faced man with sandy hair and a jagged scar from ear to upper lip. He was flanked by 4 mustachioed men in matching blue gear. "Your House of Curiosities is on Broadway, is it not?" Woods asked. "The stars of Gulliver's Travels, ladies and gentlemen," said one of his subordinates, which drew laughter from everyone except Woods, who was squinting at the body on the riverbank and the islanders roaming around it. He fired his pistol toward the bridge, and the gang scattered. Woods spat tobacco juice to the street. "Get your bones elsewhere, Darcy. Leave the floater to the authorities." "She is more than a floater," said Darcy. 39 stab wounds. Exactly like Martha Tabram, who many claim was the Ripper's true first victim. But Darcy had her doubts about that. She'd been reading the news carefully, and there had been a clumsier attack months before Martha. That, coupled with what happened to the Kingsley woman here on Franklin Street last week, was what had her stomach curdling. "Move along now. Police business." Woods flicked his hand, eyeing the riverbank. "So where is he?" "He's at the play," Darcy said quickly. Not too quickly, she hoped, exchanging a glance with Bucky and Porter. Woods didn't mention Isaac by name, but it was clear who he was referencing. "Of course he is." He shook his head. "He comes back from London, and soon we have mayhem.